everyone, and welcome to Lion Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. I am Carol Kearns. My husband, Harry Shue, is our co-host. Our mission for the show is twofold: to provide information about Connecticut Lions events and to showcase the many different organizations and causes that Lions support locally, regionally, and internationally. Harry?
Good evening and welcome. Please consult our website at www.lions23b.org or your district spirit for more information on coming events.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lion Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. What an exciting afternoon we're going to have here today at CAS.
We are here in Cheshire at the Connecticut Association of Schools, and this is the Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club's second Youth Oratorical Contest.
Wow.
That's quite a mouthful. Thank you very much. So they're a new club. They've been in existence now. This is their third year, and they're doing a great job. We visited them not long ago, and they've got all kinds of things going on. So what do we have here, Carol?
Aren't these beautiful? Look at our badges.
Mine says chief guest, and Carol's is guest. So we're going to have her be the second chief guest.
Hey.
Anyway, on with the
How about the co-guest?
Okay, co-chief.
Co-chief.
Co-chief, I like that. Okay, on with the show.
En avant.
Okay, here is Lion President Utam. This is a wonderful event that you have here.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Governor Harry Shue, for coming to take the camera and TV program for our oratory contest.
Oh, our pleasure.
Chief guest of our.
Now, how did this come about? Whose idea was this?
This idea was since last year our IPP Rest. Last year we did, and this year also we are continuing the same. Yeah,
Great.
this we like that program, and it is very effective and useful for our kids. Yeah.
So how many speakers do we have today?
Actually, we had 9 speakers, but they cancel. 4 of them cancel, and only now today will be 5 candidates.
5 is good though. So how long are they speaking?
3 to 5, actually maximum 5 minutes. Yeah.
And then the theme? What's the theme this year?
Theme of how can I serve my community?
How can I serve my community? What better theme can you have as a Lions Club than that, right?
Right. Yeah.
We serve.
We serve, and then the things that teach these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be the good theme, and even for parents, and for kids, and for us also. It will be like a more energetic and more valuable to follow up and carry on the projects in the future.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your second. This should be hopefully the second annual, the second of many more.
Yeah. Thank you, Governor Shue.
Okay, thanks. As you can see, the people are starting to come in now. So it looks like it'll be a nice crowd. Here's First Vice District Governor Ev Lyons and past President Raj. And we always like to thank our sponsors. So, courtesy of Sam's Food Stores.
Attention. We are going to start our program. Namaste and good afternoon. I would like to welcome our distinguished guest, District Governor of Lions Club International, District 23B, Lion Harry Shue, and Lion Carol. Please raise from welcome to District Governor Lion Harry and First Lady Shue. Yeah, District Governor-elect and First Vice District Governor, Lion Abe Lyons, Professor Dr. Hari Koirala, representatives of organizations, all community members and contestants, parents and fellow Lions. I would like to request coordinator of this oratorical program, Lion Madhav, Atre, to start the contest. Lion Madhav. Yeah.
Namaste sabaijanalai. Hello everyone. My name is Samiksha Pant, and I believe the greatest thing I can do for my community is to be a good role model for the younger generation. I was born in Nepal, and I lived there for about 7 to 8 years. And after I flew halfway across the world to America, I was surprised to find that everyone surrounding me could also speak Nepali. Once I After some time, I started dancing, and it became a huge part of my life. Dance became my biggest passion, and it also became a way for me to stay connected with my community. I danced for almost every event that was held by the Nepali Association of Connecticut, and I also taught many kids, which helped me to not only share my love for dance, but also share my love for Nepal and the way and my pride for Nepal. Nepal also gave. In school, I'm part of LINCRU, which is the association which helps ninth graders. It makes it easier for them to get used to high school. So and LINCRU became one of my. Can I start again? I'm sorry. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Samiksha Pant, and I believe the biggest thing I can do for my community is to be a good role model for the younger generation. I was born in Nepal, and I lived there for around 7 years. Thank you for listening.
Hello and good afternoon. I want to start off by saying a couple of thank yous. Thank you to my parents for encouraging me and to take a part in this event. Thank you to the Hartford Everest Centennial Lions Club for making this event possible. Thank you to the judges and audience for taking time out of their day to be here today. By saying this, I want to start by my topic question that the president of the Hartford Everest Centennial Lions Club has provided. How can I help my community? The definition of a community from the Merriam-Webster dictionary is a group of people with a common interest living together in a higher society. My community is a Nepali community that is here in West Hartford. I am in this Nepali community, and I help this Nepali community by taking part in the Nepali summer school that they have. In the summer school, kids come to learn, read, write, and speak. I volunteer in this event. And we also have, during the holidays, especially in fall, we have parties. I can volunteer there by giving some of my time. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon. Before I start with my speech on how I can help my community, I just want to say that I'm grateful for this opportunity to come here and have this platform to speak. Even though this is kind of about how I can help the community, this is an example of how the community kind of helps me by giving me this platform, by allowing me to speak. So I just want to say thank you. So a little about me. When I hear community and what I can do for my community, I think of two communities that I'm very much so a part of. The first one is my hometown community of Mansfield, Connecticut, and the second one is the Nepali community, which I'm very proud to be a part of. For the Mansfield community, I've lived there my whole entire life. When I was a kid, I went through a lot of programs there. I did the summer camp programs, I did sport programs, I did a lot of programs there as a kid, and those people that kind of facilitated those helped me grow up into who I became. So when I was 15 looking for a job, I wanted to figure out what could I do that could kind of help, what could I do to pay it forward. So when I was looking for a job, I got luckily employed the day before I turned 16 to the town of Mansfield. And since then, it's been 2 to 3 years since I've worked there. I've done 6 or 7 different types of jobs there. And it just feels great because when I was a kid, I had a lot of role models that were above me that kind of facilitated what I did. And when I got to the point where I wanted to do something to give back, that's one of the things I wanted to do was work so I could pay it forward just the way that they helped me. Along with that, I think of also the Nepali community. One of the big things that really defines the Nepali community to me over any other groups I've been is just the care that they have for one another. For me, whether it's if I need a ride home after a practice or I need a ride home or a meal or anything, I can always turn to so many different people in the community. That's something that speaks volumes to me, whether it's a relative or a family friend or a cousin or anybody, always willing to help me out. I think that's something we do very well in our community. But along with that, I think that we can always do more. And when I think about my responsibility to the Nepali community, I want to be, I try to do my best to serve as a role model for kids that are younger than me. I know there's a lot of struggles that come with growing up as an immigrant nowadays. It's getting even harder to do that. And there's a lot of struggles that kids kind of face that they don't really know how to talk about it. They want to talk to someone that's gone through it. So I like to check in on my younger cousins, my younger family friends that are going through the things that I went through and just make sure that they know if they ever need help. I'm always willing to, tell them how I did things so that they can, grow up and feel more confident in themselves. Along with both of those, and one thing that I really want to tie together is in Mansfield, I've been working on a project with our town called the Mansfield Cares Program. And we're starting off right now. It's not completely finished, but what we want to do is get the community involved in making a big, donations every month to a certain group. But rather than one person go out and donate a few dollars, we want to make a collective group. So if I donate $1, my teacher donates $1, together we collect that money and then we make one big donation to a charity or a group that needs the help. That alone can change a person's life, not just how I can help, but how can we help together. And along with that, I think we have a great opportunity to do that in the Nepali community too. I know everyone is always willing to help out others. And I think there's a lot of people that need help, especially now. And if we can work together, especially we have a lot of great leaders here, if we can work together and kind of come up with some collective effort to help someone or help a group or help a family that needs help, this is the perfect community to do so. And it only takes one community, it only takes one person's idea to kind of get everyone involved. One of my favorite quotes is very simple, but Helen Keller once said, she said, by yourself you can only do so little, but together you can do so much. And by myself, I can do, I suggest these ideas, but collectively as a group, we can work together and we can bring in these things, It's just one idea, and my community has helped me grow up. My community has given me the platform to come up here and speak. So the least I can do is give back to them. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maitresa Betty. What forms a community? Is there some key equation that we have to follow? Or is there some ancient secret revelation that's been engraved within the depth of our society and subconsciously passed down from generation to generation, telling us how to form a community? Personally, I don't think it's that complicated. To form a society or a community, we need members with similar mindset and a similar goal. If you ask me what my goal in life is, I'd tell you happiness. My endpoint in life is to be happy. And I'm sure if I were to ask each and every one of you individually what you want at the end of your life, you too would respond happiness. In fact, that goal, that common goal, isn't restricted and limited within this room alone. I'm sure if I were to walk into any corner of the world and ask anyone, hey, what's your goal in life? They too would respond with happiness. Now, if you and I share a common goal, and together we share a common goal with the rest of the world, doesn't that, by my definition, make us all members of one global community? Now we come to the question, what can I do to help my community? First of all, let's clarify. This is not my community alone. This is a community I share with you and everyone else around me. So the real question that should be asked is, what can we do together to help our community? And I would say participation. Be willing to be involved within your community. That is how together we can help. Being able to stand in front of everyone and express your viewpoint. Be able to tell people what you think. Be able to take initiative and establish leadership. That is how we can help our community. And very often we hear things, like I'm sure everyone has heard the news. But have we been listening? Because there is distinction between hearing and listening. And to be able to participate within your community and to be able to help your community, you need to be able to listen. Listen to the issues that are being brought up front. Listen to the issues that are being expressed, maybe by your neighbor or the newscaster, or the issues that are occurring halfway across the world. Because as I said, we live in a global community. The words I speak here right now today can affect someone halfway across the world. The actions we take here within this room can change the life of someone somewhere else. So if our goal is to deliver happiness, if our goal is to be happy, why don't we make it our goal as a community to at least deliver that goal, a goal for another member of our community for a microsecond? Because that goal of happiness that we share with them is what's bringing us together. It's what's uniting us. And on leadership, on initiative, you don't need to be the president of the country to make some changes. You don't need to be the CEO of a company to implement some changes within your community. You just need to have a heart. You just need to have ears that are listening. You need to be attentive. Again, be an active member of a community. Be able to form an organization or go and speak within an organization. That is how we help our community. If you know that there's a child that goes to bed hungry every night, you don't need to end world hunger. Feed that kid for one night. The gratitude they express and the satisfaction they feel that one night, that is your contribution. That can be our contribution. That microsecond of satisfaction they feel is what we can do to help our community. Thank you.
Can I start now? Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Nita, and I am a senior at high school. When I first got the theme for this essay, or the speech, I was like, it left me thinking, because I was like, there's so many things you can do to help your community. And one that's like, as a 17-year-old, I don't have much wealth or power to do big things to help my community, but I can volunteer to help, and that can make a big impact. This past summer, I got the opportunity to volunteer for a program called Bilingual Buddies, and so this was a program where high schoolers that spoke at least 2 languages came and helped elementary school kids that were part of the East All Summer School program. And like this volunteering for this made a really big impact on me, because I was one of the kids in the East All program a few years back. And being able to volunteer gave me like an opportunity to give back to my community. Oprah once said that to move forward, you have to give back. When I was in eighth grade, I was super nervous about going into high school. Like, everyone said high school was hard, and like there's so much to do, and like you have a lot of homework and all that stuff. And so on my first day of freshman orientation, I met these link leaders that helped me around and like created a safe environment for me to like feel comfortable, and they were someone that I could look up to and stuff. So like, and that's when I decided that I too wanted to become a Linker leader. Now you guys must be wondering what Linker is. Linker is a nationwide program that allows eighth graders, like it helps them with the transition between middle school to high school. And Linker leaders are upperclassmen, seniors, and juniors that help with this transition process and seeing how my link careers helped me when I was a freshman and stuff made me want to be one too. So I applied and I became a linker leader both my junior and senior year of high school. And in order for a community to thrive, one has to be able to give back to it. So as the holidays approaches, the importance of giving increases even more. So when I was in middle school, we helped buy Christmas presents for a family in need here in Connecticut, and being able to help itself was extremely nice. Felt the thank you note and the appreciation that we received afterwards made it even more worth the while. And so before I go, I want to leave you with one last thought. Howard Zinn once said, every small act multiplied by millions of people can change a whole world. So I want you all to imagine the change that each and every one of you can bring. Okay, imagine the change that each and every one of you can bring if we all took one small step in helping someone today. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, everybody. And our program is going to close. And I'd like to invite first our Chief Judge, first Vice District Governor, Line A, for the remark.
Thank you, Maja. On behalf of the judges, let me congratulate each and every participant today. Both of us do quite a bit of public speaking, and we both realize that getting up and standing in front of a crowd is not easy, particularly when you're not quite as old as we are. Right, Harry? Well, I'll speak for myself. I have more gray hair than you. But each and every contestant did a great job. It's tough standing in front of a crowd, as I said, and so we recognize that. But you did it, and you're to be commended for coming up here and making an effort, and surprisingly, something that very few of us do as adults, but most of you appeared to try to memorize your speech, which is a challenge in and of itself. So you're to be congratulated no matter where you are in the order of the judges. All five of you were great and did a good job, and on behalf of Harry and myself, we'd like to commend you, congratulate you, and indicate that it was a great afternoon for us to spend with you. So that being said, I believe, Mr. Chair, you have the order of the certificates.
Thank you, Mr. Abe. I'd like to introduce our next judge, Mr. Dr. Hari Koirala. He's from Eastern Connecticut University. He's a professor. Thank you for coming for our program. I'd like to invite our governor, Line Harry Su, for the certificate. अब म आजको कार्यक्रमको फर्स्ट सेकेन्ड थर्ड को भयो एनाउन्स गर्न चाहन्छु. कृपया come in a dash when I call the name to take a certificate. Today's first prize winner, Matriya Subedi. And we have a first prize, $125, and a gift certificate from the Angelus Touch. Thank you. Our second winner is Nita Basnet. We have a prize, second prize, $75, and a gift certificate from the restaurant, Taste of India. Today's third winner is Prabhas Casey. And we have a $50 cash and a gift certificate from the Bombay Olive restaurant. And I'd like to call the participant Samiksha Panta for the certificate. We have a gift certificate from the Namaste India for her. And our next participant, Gaurav Neupane. And we have a gift certificate from the Haveli, India. We have some certificate for our volunteer who did today. Thank you for all volunteers. I'd like to call to receive a certificate. Aditya Awasthi. Kusal Gauli. Ashwin Atreya. Anuragi Khadka. Thank you so much. I'd like to call our club president, Lion Uttab Lohani, for the remark.
I would like to thank all distinguished guests, our district governor, and First Lady Lion Carol for your presence with all the video, camera, and recordings. Thank you, Chief Judge Eb and Dr. Hari Koirala. I would like to thank the contestant for your enthusiasm and your active participation. Thank you, all parents, and from the bottom of my heart, from encouraging your children to participate in this contest. A big thanks goes to all sponsors and supporters. Sam's Food Store for being a main sponsor, Wholesale Club, Dr. Barnard Tom Pike, GBS Threading Salon, Westview Convenience LLC, Lion Chetan Khadka, Master G Cash and Courier, gift certificate sponsors, Bombay Olive Restaurant, Taste of India Restaurant, West Hartford, Haveli India Restaurant, Angel Toss Salon, Rami and John, Namaste India Restaurant, Southington. I would like to thank first BDG, Eb and Connecticut Association of Schools for providing this hall. Thank you all community members and fellow Lions for your support. The program is adjourned. Thank you.
This has been a great afternoon. I really have to hand it to these young people for getting up there and performing in an oratorical contest with no notes.
Wow.
They did a wonderful job. That is not easy, as Harry and I can attest. They did a great job.
They did. So let me congratulate all 5 contestants and also congratulate the Lions Club here, the Hartford County Everest Centennial Lions Club. This is their second, which hopefully will be many more. They were very generous in their prizes too, weren't they, Carol?
Yes, I was very impressed.
Very nice incentive for these kids to come back next year or for a new group of kids. So that's going to do it from CAS, from the Connecticut Association of Schools here in Cheshire, for Lion Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed our show this evening. Tune in next week for another Lion Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. Good night.
Bye-bye.